Let's get started with fractions today. Today the goal is to be able to add fractions. And so far we have looked at two lessons with fractions and we have said, well, 4/6 is the same as 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, right? We know that was 4 times our 1/6. We also looked at in day 2, we said, well, if we want to get to 6/6 and we have 4/6, well, we'd need to add 2 more 6 to get to that. So we did a lot of adding yesterday to get to one whole, or 6 out of 6 pieces, or whatever our denominator happened to be. And then we've also compared them and looked at size and said, well, 1/6 is smaller pieces than 1/4, so 1/6 is less than 1/4. Today, we're going to do something similar to this, but it's not necessarily going to add up to one whole. Okay? And so we're going to start by looking at things like this. 2/7 plus 4/7. Well, if I look at this right away, I see, well, 2/7, I need to add 5/7 to it to get to one whole. So it's going to be smaller than one whole, but that's okay. So let's look at how we can do this. We can use that same strategy that we used yesterday. I find sevenths, so I have 2/7, and I started with 2. If I want to combine 4 more, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now all I need to do is count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I know that this is the same as 6/7. You're going to find some patterns here right away, I think. So if we do the same thing with ninths, some of these you can do with your eye tools. Some of these fractions like sevenths and ninths you don't actually have. So let's look at 5/9 plus 2/9, and let's try and figure out what's actually happening here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/9. And then I need to add 2 more. Well, I know this is 5, 6, 7/9. So if I combine those two together, that's going to equal 7/9. Well, think about what's happening. You can probably predict what this is going to be, 2/5 plus 3/5, without even going to circle it. But I'm going to go circle my fifths. I see here's my 2, and then I need 1, 2, 3 more. And that makes sense. That's very similar to what we were doing yesterday. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 gets me to 5, so I know this is 5/5. All right, so now let's go into our workbook and actually look at what is happening here. So 295 is the page we're on. 295. And so this is what we just showed, okay? And so I want you to fill this in with me. So the first part of the circled problem that we have was 3/7. So 3/7, and then if we combine 2 more sevenths to it, all we're really doing is taking 3 plus 2, and that's going to be 5. Well, it still takes me 7 pieces to get to the whole. Okay, the entire strip is still 7 pieces long, so my denominator is still 7, because remember, that's what makes up the whole. That's what we talked about on day 1. So this answer is 5/7. Well, let's follow this pattern with adding our top numbers, our numerators, to start to get our answers. So 3 plus 4, we just fill in 3 and 4. And if you take 3 plus 4, you get 7/9. All right, go ahead and finish these two. Pause it real quick if you need to. And then think about what 5 and 6 are going to be. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, hopefully you have something like this. So 1/5 plus 3/5 is really just 1 plus 3 on the top, gets you to 4/5. 2 plus 5, or 2/8 plus 5/8 gets you to 7/8. And so here's what we're doing, right? This works for all fractions that have the same denominators here. So what happens to the numerators? We add them. What happens to the denominators? They're staying the same. Remember, that just signifies the size of the piece. That's all that means. So the sizes of the pieces aren't changing, so that number stays the same. Most common mistake kids will make is they will add them together and say this is 7/18 or this is 4/10. Okay? The denominator, bottom number, stays the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number 7. We're going to see how subtraction works. So we started with the blue circle. So we have 6 of 7 pieces. So we started with 6/7, and you can probably imagine what crossed out means. If you cross it out, it means you're getting rid of them. So I'm going to take out 2 of the pieces that I've started with. And so 6/7 minus 2/7. It follows the same pattern of addition. We just do a different operation on the top. We're subtracting. So now we say 6 minus 2 on the top, and that's going to give us 4/7. Okay, you started with 6, you subtracted 2. All right, let's go to the next page, and you're going to get some practice with this. Okay, so let's complete. Go ahead. We'll do this part together, and then I'll let you do the practice problems below. So 5/6 minus 4/6 is really just 5 minus 4, and 5 minus 4 is 1, so that's 1/6. 9/10 minus 5/10 is really just 9 minus 5. It's that simple today. So this is 4, and my denominator stays as tenths. Well, 14/16 minus 9/16 is 14, and I'm subtracting 9, and so that leaves me with 5. 14 minus 9 is 5, and my denominator is still 16ths. Okay, so you see a very similar pattern to what we did with addition, right? So the numbers on the top are just subtracted. Same thing we did with addition, right? Just a new operation. So these are similar, right? Subtracting fractions and adding fractions is similar because nothing happens with that bottom number, right? So you do the operation to the numerator or the top number, and then the denominators just stay the same. They will always stay the same when they start out the same. So now you're going to get some practice, okay? And so this is just like we were writing above. Just beware of addition and subtraction mixed in together. And so, for example, 1/4 plus 2/4 is just 1 plus 2. And so my answer is going to be 3. And keep your denominator the same. Right? If I was doing subtraction, just be aware. 6/6, I take away 2 of those 6. That leaves me with 4/6. And then look below, they stacked them vertically. Rewrite them if you want to, if you don't like the way that looks. 7/9 minus 5/9 is the same as 7/9 minus 5/9. So we would say this is 7 minus 5, still over 9. And so my answer now is going to be 2/9 because 7 minus 5 is 2, and my denominator stays as 9ths. Oops. So just do the operation to the top number, keep the bottom number the same. Go ahead and finish this page up right now. Go ahead, pause it if you need to, or you will need to. Go ahead and pause it and finish. Okay, let's move on to 297 once you have all of those adding and subtracting problems done. Now I want you to try and find the penguin's mistake. There's 2 problems that he's doing. See if you can figure out with the addition, what did he do wrong? And with the subtraction, what did he do wrong? I think it should stand out to you right away. Okay, so see if you can write those responses in. That is 297. And then 298 is draw the picture, guys. Just draw the picture, and that'll really help you and show your work. So I've started number 30 for us, right? So it says Wayne had 7/8 cup of trail mix. He ate 3/8 cup as he was hiking. So what I've done, let's read the question. It says, how many cups does he have now? So he started with this much. He ate some, right? So that's going to be subtracted. It's gone now. 3/8. So I got to figure out how to subtract 3/8. Well, if I started with 7/8, I just drew a fraction strip with 8 pieces, and I filled in 7 of them, and now we know we just cross them off with X's to mean he ate it. So I got to cross off 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8 has just been subtracted, and that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now my answer is I now have 4/8 left. You could have written that out as an equation too. You could have said, the other way to write that or to show your work is 7/8, and you eat 3/8, so subtract 3/8. 7 minus 3 is 4/8. Either way works as showing your work, right? We would like to draw the model, at least for the first 2, though. And then as you move down, show what you're doing. Nasira walks 4/5 miles to school each day. This is 2/5 of a mile further than Cat walks. How far does Cat walk to school? So I want to know what Cat walks, right? If Nasira is walking further, in fact, 2/5 further, I got to take what Nasira starts at, subtract her extra distance, that 2/5, and then that's going to lead me where Cat walks from, okay, or how much Cat walks. So we've been working on this all day, right? 4/5 minus 2/5 is the same as 4 minus 2 over 5. So that's just 2/5, right? So show your work here. So this is what should be going down here, right? Write your equations. Think of our algebra unit. And so the big thing is you need to figure out as you read the question, determine what is it asking? Is it going to be adding or is it going to be subtracting? Look for those key words, farther than, more than, 8, or started with, right? And so there is going to be some Think Central. This is the last page you'll be working on today. Ask your teacher if you have any questions. Good luck.